The State Duma supports the decision made by President Vladimir Putin, as Russia has every right to use its weapons against the military facilities of a state that attacks the country. Duma Speaker Vyacheslav Volodin said, "Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin has made a decision that we fully support." Volodin emphasized on his Telegram channel. He added that given the US and its European allies use missiles to strike Russian territory, this is an appropriate and long-awaited response. Our country has the right to use its weapons against the military facilities of states that attack us. Volodin emphasized, despite claims in the West that Russia will not dare to do so, it will and has every right to. Volodin emphasized. He recalled that US and British missiles targeted military facilities in the Kursk and Bryansk regions. Russia has repeatedly stated that such actions will receive a response, and it will be a stronger one. Volodin said. He added that Russia will do everything necessary to safeguard its territorial integrity and ensure the security of its citizens. Volodin also stressed that Russia is prepared for any developments in the Ukrainian conflict, and Western politicians should consider whether they are ready for this and understand the consequences. Recall, Russian President Vladimir Putin announced that Moscow has tested a new intermediate-range missile in a strike on Ukraine, and he warned that it could use the weapon against countries that have allowed Kiev to use their missiles to strike Russia. Following Putin's nationwide address, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenski called for a strong response from world leaders to Russia's use of a new generation hypersonic missile, saying it was a major step up in the scale and brutality of the war. The world must react. Right now, there is no strong reaction from the world, Zelensky said in a statement published on Telegram, adding, "This is an obvious and serious increase in the scale and brutality of this war." Putin declared that Russia would issue advance warnings if it launches more strikes with such missiles against Ukraine to allow civilians to evacuate to safety. And he warned that US air defense systems wouldn't be capable of intercepting Russian missiles. Putin said the attack on Dnipro struck a missile factory, a new missile called Oreshnik, a Russian word meaning hazel. "We believe that we have the right to use our weapons against military facilities of the countries that allow to use their weapons against our facilities," he said. "And in case of escalation of aggressive actions, we will respond resolutely in a mirror way."
North Korean military advisors arrived in occupied Mariupol and were spotted in the eastern part of the Kharkiv region, CNN reports the publication with reference to Ukrainian sources. According to the source, technical advisors have arrived in Mariupol, but the purpose of their visit is unclear. Although the Koreans are dressed in Russian military uniforms, they remain separated from the Russian units with which they interact. While other foreign fighters in the Russian ranks are mixed in with the units, the North Koreans are kept separate. They have their own quarters, food, music, and films, the source added. North Korean troops have also been spotted in the Kharkiv region. According to Yevgeny Romanov, a representative of the Military Unit Association in Kharkiv, the presence of the Koreans is indicated by radio intercepts. "I see that they are breaking up into units, strengthening their combat units, accumulating a small number of forces on the front line. They are waiting for the weather to get worse, because for the enemy this is the best time to begin assault operations," added Nazary Kishak, commander of the combined unit of the 153rd Separate Mechanized Brigade. The source also said that recent Ukrainian missile strikes on Russian territory targeted a senior North Korean general, but it remains unclear whether he was killed in the strike. As media reported, on the afternoon of November 20th, the Ukrainian armed forces launched a powerful strike with Storm Shadow missiles on a facility in the Kursk region. In total, about a dozen missiles were used. According to analysts, the use of a large number of scarce missiles at once indicates a high priority for the target. In particular, there were suggestions that they struck a bunker where Russian and North Korean generals could be located. The next day, the Wall Street Journal wrote that as a result of this missile strike in the Kursk region, a high-ranking North Korean general was wounded.